Good morning, Sagittarius, and welcome to your reading with Molly the Starkid at Starkidignited. This is going to be a reading for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, and North Node. It is part 1. Part 2 is always below on Patreon for 10 USD a month, and I'd love to have you over there. We do spreads on love, career, and money. But this is just going to be your general spirit messages. We'll see what has been going on for you guys this month of September. This is being recorded at the end of September. I'm sorry guys, I didn't get it out earlier. I've been moving. But this will apply for the next 30 days. So whenever you decide to watch this reading, the messages will resonate for the next 30 days. Okay, Sagittarius, so let's get started. Okay. Angels of love, light, and healing, please connect me with my higher self and source. And Sagittarius's higher self, please bring forth the messages that they most need to hear right now that will give them confirmation, guidance, clarity, and unconditional love. Okay, so let's see. So what is the energy for Sagittarius this month? Okay, get a couple. All right, so we start with dreams. So vivid dreaming, dream messages, and dream teaching. So you guys may have been having some especially intense dreams over the last 30 days and coming into the next 30 days. You may also just be really captivated by your dreams and what you're wanting to create at this time. Maybe thinking ahead as to how to bring your dreams into fruition, how to make them happen, what is needed of you in order to step into that power. And a lot of heart chakra energy. We've got energy of the hand chakras and the feet chakras with the pink, as well as your third eye energy. So you may be able to get clear visions of what you're wanting to manifest and create, as well as dreaming about those things. So make sure you're having a dream journal over the next 30 days so that you're really able to anchor in all that wisdom and everything that's coming through for you, because it might make more sense at the end of the 30 days, or maybe you'll reread it in a year or something and be able to really reflect on how much of that dream has come into your reality. The next card that we get is Coral's Wisdom, and this says colony, delicacy, fragility, works that are created over great periods of time. Okay, wonderful. So and that image is just so pretty, and with the blue, so throat chakra. Yeah, so what you're dreaming of may be something that's going to require a sustained effort from you. It's not going to be something that is just going to pop off quickly, and that honestly is a good thing. Like, the more that we have created a stable foundation for ourselves and really concreted what we want, applying small amounts of pressure to that and building up to taking bigger loads is always going to be better than having everything rush in at once and there's a crack in the foundation, or something crumbles because we haven't quite built that muscle to be able to lift that weight. So definitely something here to do with your dreams, and dreams over a period of time, like a great work of art, something that you're going to put a lot of time, effort, and energy into. And something that you're going to have to be quite delicate with. Like, it's going to take patience and gentleness to bring this into life. It's almost like when you're looking after a plant and you need to be kind and gentle with it, especially when it's in those first growing, seeding stages. Once it's a tree or a full-fledged plant, it can be exposed to harsher elements and things, and it can withstand them. But you wouldn't want to put a little seedling in a thunderstorm. So you might be feeling a little bit fragile as well around your dreams. There might be an element where with colony there, needing the support of others, or really cultivating different relationships where you give to them and they give to you. Okay, and then the last card that we get from the mermaids is Soul Cage. And this talks about rescue, escape from captivity and restriction. So I feel like there's an element of yourself that was locked in a cage, or potentially a part of yourself that you that was hidden from you, or that was just pushed down into like into the subconscious, into the unknown, that is now like the mermaids are assisting you and lifting you out of this. And that makes sense as well why you need to be a bit delicate. Like, we get that rush of excitement where there's new energy and we just want to go for it, and definitely go for it, you know, put the time and effort and love into what you dream of and what you want to create, but be gentle and fragile and delicate, sorry, with yourself, as you might be a little bit fragile, especially as as like you're feeling this rescue, this escape from the darkness, and from captivity and restriction. It can it's almost like that feeling of like when you leave high school, and like when you're in high school, it's like, oh, I'm going to have so much freedom and I'm going to be able to do anything. But once you leave, you realize, like, although high school was restrictive and it had like, you know, you have to do this, you have to do that, and there's certain boundaries and rules around you, those can actually help us grow. It's something to push off. And so then once we're released from that, it's a wonderful feeling, but it can also feel a bit overwhelming, like there's no boundaries and we can just float in any direction. So a lot of grounding would be good at this time, and also just to be gentle with yourself as, you know, hidden parts of yourself are being revealed, because it's always going to have like the good and the bad, you know, like things that we like and things that are uncomfortable, to balance each other out, and all are useful. So make sure that you're taking the time that you can to be present with anything that might be a little bit overwhelming, and to just slow down if you do start feeling a bit boundaryless. Okay, so let's see how you're feeling about all of this. What is Sagittarius's emotions, Spirit? Guys, please like this video. Please leave a comment, even if it's a little hard. It really helps other people to find these messages. Okay, so we have Bubbler Crab here with creativity. They're so cute, the little crabs. But it is in reverse. So I feel like you have been feeling maybe a little bit creatively blocked. That might be something that you've been having to work through. Just the fact that it is here, though, shows me that there is a lot of creative potential in your energy right now, and you're feeling quite creative, but you might be like doubting your creativity, or again, like unsure of where to place it. Let's see if this is, how else are they feeling? Awesome. Okay, cool. And then we also get Turtle with instincts. So now is a really strong time where you have been following your instincts, which is fantastic. You've been tapping into your emotional body, into your spiritual body, allowing yourself to not overthink things, to just move with the current, to go toward things that feel exciting and filled with energy. Try not to hold yourself back too much. Let's see. You may even like doubt your instincts with your creativity. But Spirit is trying to show you that, you know, when you follow your instincts, you're getting that much closer to what it is that you truly want, and to just allow it to flow through you, to not, don't put so many blocks on yourself. Just allow it to come forth, and to trust that Spirit is working through you as much as anybody else. And it's great to get into that flow and to just say, like, one thing that I like to do, that I need to do more, is to just allow it to be playful, allow it to just be a time of play, because we learn so much more when we're playing compared to when we're working really hard at something and overanalyzing it. And I think Sagittarius energy is quite good at that, like quite good at like optimism and like filling yourself up with good vibes and going toward that. And that's definitely what's being encouraged here. Okay, so let's see what Tarot has to say about all this. So what is Sagittarius's current energy, Spirit? What is their current energy? Beautiful. So we have the Magician. So yeah, you're feeling especially creative in the seat of manifestation, like ready to alchemize situations, ready to acknowledge your power as a divine soul, and to bring things that you want into this reality, knowing that you can create like with the Magician here, it's showing like creating heaven on earth with his double-sided wand. And I think like all the things that you're dreaming of, all the visions that you can see, you're feeling confident to bring that into reality, to really make moves towards that. Okay, what is the challenge? Okay, and we get the Hermit. So there is a challenge where you are needing to do like maybe more research, maybe to dive into a solo spiritual path for some time, to really put a lot of effort into deeply like mining your own soul, like finding truth in the depths of who you are and your own truth in the because the Hermit, like, he's on a deeply spiritual quest, which he goes on alone to find the energy of the star, which he has in his lantern. So it's about like finding that higher wisdom for yourself and really cultivating that and going on this like deeply personal journey. Okay, what is the past energy that led up to this? Okay, we have the Three of Swords. So there might have been a heartbreak that's really spurred you forth, Saggies. Something that, you know, there could have been things that people have said, beliefs, different ideas that really just hurt your heart, that made you feel like, let's get a clarifier. What is the Three of Swords about here? Okay, cool. That's really obvious. Okay, so, and when we look at the Three of Swords, we always think like the quality of our life is directly related to the quality of questions that we're asking. So in the past, I think that you were maybe looking at things in the wrong way. You were doubting yourself. And this could have come from, you know, other people, from past experiences, all these different kinds of things. But there were thoughts and beliefs you had about yourself that was continually like draining your heart, like stabbing yourself in the heart. And when I clarified, I got believe in reverse. So, and this is around your own belief, your belief in self, your belief in what life can actually hold for you. Like maybe, you know, like I think there was a realization in the past that you hadn't been believing in yourself, or you hadn't been believing in the truth of everything that was out there. And it looks like you've done some adjustment, because you're now in the Magician, where you're like, okay, if this is what you've got for me, Spirit, if this is my life and I can call in anything that I want, then let's do it. I'm going to be in my Magician energy and I'm going to go for it. And then the only challenge right now is to just make sure that you're doing the work. You know, you're going inside and sitting with things and getting your own sense of truth about what it is that you're wanting to manifest and create. Okay, and what is the upcoming energy? Awesome. Okay, we get the Queen of Swords. So you're going to have to be quite discerning in the upcoming energy, you know. With the Queen of Swords, she's very logical, she's very wise, but she also doesn't suffer fools. She's going to cut things off if it's not working for her. She's going to not be afraid of being blunt, of speaking her truth and knowing who can come along and who doesn't serve her anymore. Really being, again, discerning about the people in your life, the relationships, your job, even like potentially food, or just everything in your field, being willing to cut things off if they're not nurturing your soul, if they're not allowing you to build on them. Okay, what is the conscious? What's the conscious energy Sagittarius are focused on right now? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, so get the Emperor. So ready to like make a plan to be your own boss, and even that might be with actually work. You might be trying to start a new business, but it also can just show that you're wanting to be in charge, you're wanting to be an authority, you're wanting to direct your own life and to go after things that you see fit. And it's also about knowing that you're going to have a few a backup plan. When you're your own boss, you can't ask anyone, not that you can't ask anyone for help, but you're in that leadership position. You're in that position of authority where you need to have control of the situation. So that's how you've been focused. We also get the Page of Cups with the Chariot. So realizing that you're on like the start of a journey. This can be in love, but it can also be with art, with spirit, with intuition, with just anything that speaks to your heart. Like even doing like a new university degree. It's like someone at the start of the journey with the Page. But then with the Chariot, it's like, you know that to be your own boss and to do these things, you're going to have to start at the beginning, or be willing to have that beginner's mindset and to actually move forward confidently with your determination and your will. This year, 2023, is actually a Chariot year. So the themes and elements of the Chariot have been coming through for everyone for this year. So how can you relate to, using the good parts of yourself and the bad, accepting it all and still moving forward, still using your, again, your willpower and your drive. You may be feeling a little bit, like sensitive to the energies around you, and that's also creating this will to push forward, to go towards something that you really love and that will allow your cup to feel full and overflowing. You may also have a muse at this time, or someone that's inspiring you, just because we have the Page of Cups looking at that fish like a little muse. And that's also helping you to feel confident in what you're creating. Okay, and what is... Obviously, I just want to say as well, the Page of Cups, if you're single, or like even if you're not, you might have a new friend or a new love interest that's coming in and offering you something, offering you an opportunity or some kind of friendship or like loving relationship that might assist you in this path. Okay, and what is in the subconscious? Okay. So we get Strength and the Ace of Wands. So you are needing to be quite strong and self-reliant at this time. You're needing to realize that like strength comes from your inner self. It doesn't come from like exerting power over other people. Like true spiritual strength is knowing who you are and being able to stand in that and feel confident in that and really get to know all the different parts of you that make up who you truly are. What are your values? What do you stand for? What gives you like that fire and that gusto and guts to stand up for what you believe in? Because you do have something, like you're wanting to take action towards something. There's something offered that speaks to your spirit. It speaks to you feeling excited and encouraged and wanting to go forward with something, but it is going to require you to be very strong and self-reliant and to know who you are and feel and just to feel anchored in that. Okay, so let's get some higher self advice for you guys, and then let's jump over to the juicy part 2 with love, career, and money. I feel like this is a lot to do with like career. Like when I do readings on career, it's not just like a mundane day-to-day career. It's like, what does your soul want to do as a career? What energies is it learning? How is it putting the pieces together? So it's going to be interesting to see what comes out there. So let's go. So what is Sagittarius's higher self advice? What would their higher self tell them about this situation right now? Okay, cool. So Sagittarius, first off, we have is have no fear. Fear is a trap of the ego. Allow me to use my sword of light to free you from the disquieting feelings holding you back. And you can envision this, this woman, or even Archangel Michael, as these are Archangel Michael cards, cutting away any of those fears or doubts and just allowing you to feel free and able to move forward towards what it is that you truly want. And then angels of healing are with you. So a time of healing is about to bless your life. Accept Archangel Raphael's emerald green light while I enhance your strength. Sorry guys, just got a call. Yeah, so it looks like there is a healing energy coming through for you. Yeah, and again, with that Three of Swords and believe, I think it has a lot to do with your belief in yourself. Looking at any past times where you doubted your belief in yourself or other people scared you out of believing in yourself. And just accepting that healing and letting it run through you as you release any fear that you once had and begin to put diligent work and effort into growing this thing that you're passionate about and moving towards your goals. Okay, well, let's leave it there. I'm going to jump over to Patreon now. Thank you so much for being here with me. If this is where I leave you, thank you so much for being here again. Please like and comment if you like this video, share it on your social media, and until next time, bye guys.